Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome. I'm Dr. TJ, a Harvard trained surgeon and a motivational speaker. In this channel, it is all about you. This video is on beat fear. Let us dive right in. Stay until the end because I'm going to give you your personal challenge, a specific action you can take today to start beating fear in your own life. Fear can freeze you or fuel you. The moment you see the acronym FEAR as false evidence appearing real, you regain power over it. Glory or grief, victory or defeat, winning or losing, it happens in the greatest battlefield of all times, namely the human mind. Win the head game and you win the life game. Lose the head game and you lose the life game. Make it your mission to win your mind battle, like your life depends on it, because it does. What happens when you die? Most people die at 25 and are buried at 75. The difference between those who truly live and those who merely exist is in luck, opportunity, or talent. It's one simple thing: what they do when fear knocks on their door. Fear is a fabrication of the human mind. It is a mirage, a smokescreen, a bottomless pit manufactured within the human mind. Fear can place shackles on your very potential in life. Fear limits you. Fear destroys dreams. Fear knocks you out even before you can stand up from the fall. Fear is the invisible cage that keeps you small. The voice that whispers, "You can't," when opportunity knocks. The weight on your chest at 3 a.m. telling you are not good enough. What if I told you that the greatest champion who ever lived, a man who literally shook up the world, was terrified? What if the secret to his greatness wasn't the absence of fear, but what he did in spite of it? I'm going to tell you a story today, a story about a young man who faced the most dangerous fighter on the planet. Let's begin. The place, Louisville, Kentucky. The year, 1954. A 12-year-old boy rides his brand new red and white Schwinn bicycle to a local fair. It's his pride and joy, his freedom, his treasure. When he comes out, it's gone, stolen. The boy is furious. Tears of rage stream down his face. He finds a police officer named Joe Martin and declares he wants to whoop whoever stole his bike. Martin looks at the skinny kid, all fire and fury, and says something that changes history. "You better learn how to fight first." Martin runs a boxing gym in the basement. 6 weeks later, that same boy wins his first boxing match. Let's play the events backward. A theft, a moment of anger, a chance meeting. Sometimes your greatest setback is a setup for your comeback. The stolen bike, it didn't steal his future, it revealed it. Now let us fast forward to September 1960. The same kid, now 18 years old, stands in Rome at the Olympic Games. He's still from Louisville, still carries that fire inside him, still confident. In the final, he faces Poland's Zbigniew Piotrowski, a 3-time European champion, a boxer with far more experience, far more skill on paper. This young man has something else: speed, hunger, and an unshakable belief that he is destined for greatness. The judges give him the gold medal by unanimous decision, 5-0. His name, Cassius Clay. Later, Muhammad Ali, an Olympic champion at 18. The world suddenly knows his name. He returns home wearing that gold medal everywhere. He wore the gold medal constantly for about 2 days and even slept in it. It's his proof, his validation, his victory medal. However, gold medals don't prepare you for what comes next. Now, fast forward to February 1964, less than 4 years after the Rome Olympics. 22-year-old Cassius Clay prepares to face Sonny Liston, who was about 33 years old, for the World Heavyweight championship. Liston isn't just a fighter, he is thought to be one of the most powerful and intimidating heavyweights in boxing history. He has fists like sledgehammers. It is said that he had a criminal past. The opponents give up instead of confronting him. He is thought to be the most terrifying and destructive heavyweight boxer of his times. The entire world thinks Clay is going to die. Newspapers call it a mismatch. Experts predict a first-round knockout. Clay's own trainer considers stopping him from going through with it. Even his friends beg him to back out. And here's what nobody talks about. Clay is terrified. Years later, Muhammad Ali admits in his autobiography that Sonny Liston was the only man he was ever truly afraid of. The fear is crushing. It wakes him up at night. It sits on his chest. It whispers, "You're going to get hurt. You're going to be humiliated. Everyone will watch you fail." What does Clay do? He does something brilliant, something counterintuitive, something that reveals a technique for beating fear. At the weigh-in on the morning of the fight, Cassius Clay creates a wild scene. Clay bursts into the room wearing a denim jacket that says "Bear Hunting" on the back, carrying a heavy walking stick with which he pounds on the floor. He starts screaming, waving the stick, shouting, "I am the champ." He also repeats his slogan, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." Everyone thinks he's lost his mind. They think it's an act, pure showmanship. The truth is, it's not. It's survival. He's not just psyching out Liston, he's psyching up himself. He's using his fear as fuel. He's screaming his confidence into existence because if he stays quiet, the fear will drown him. As Nelson Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." On February 25, 1964, the fight between Sonny Liston and Cassius Clay takes place in Miami Beach, Florida. The bell rings. Clay moves like he's never moved before. Not away from Liston, but around him. Dancing, floating, his hands are lightning. He delivers drum-fast combinations that drive Liston across the ring. Liston hurts his shoulder in the first round. He's never faced speed like this. He's never fought anyone who refused to be intimidated. Round after round, Clay dismantles him, not with power but with belief, with movement, with absolute certainty that he will win. After 6 rounds, Liston doesn't answer the bell for the 7th. The fight is over. 7-1 underdog has just shocked the world. Clay leaps into the air screaming at the reporters who doubted him. "I shook up the world! I'm the king of the world!" Here's what really happened that night in Miami Beach. Cassius Clay didn't just beat Sonny Liston, he beat fear itself. As Muhammad Ali himself later said, "He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life." Now, let us review some of the universal truth about fear. Here's the truth they don't teach you in school. Every single person you admire, every successful entrepreneur, every world-class athlete, every inspiring leader, they all feel fear. Yes, it is true that everyone feels fear. Fear has a very specific job description. Fear is designed to keep you alive. Fear is associated with the amygdala. The amygdala is your brain's alarm system. It has been keeping humans alive for thousands of years. The amygdala gets its name from the Greek word amygdale, meaning almond, because of its distinctive almond-like shape. This small structure is located deep within the temporal lobes of the brain. Amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, particularly fear and aggression, linking emotions to memories, as well as emotional learning. It plays a crucial role in the fight or flight response. But here's the kicker. The amygdala does not know the difference between a life-threatening situation and stepping on the stage to speak. It sounds the alarm anyway. Think of it as your personal bodyguard, always scanning for danger and always ready to sound the alarm. Every time you're about to step outside your comfort zone, every time you're about to take a risk, every time you're about to grow, it starts screaming, "Danger! Unknown territory! about mission. And here's what happens to most people. They listen to that alarm. They turn around. They go back to what's safe, what's familiar, what's comfortable. They choose comfort over growth, prioritizing ease and security over opportunities that need risk, challenge, and discomfort. The moment your amygdala detects a threat, real or imagined, it launches what scientists call an amygdala hijack. In milliseconds, faster than you can blink, it floods your bloodstream with powerful chemicals. Adrenaline, your heart starts pounding like a drum. Your muscles tense up. Your breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Next, cortisol. This stress hormone puts your entire body on high alert. Your hands get sweaty, your stomach churns, you feel that familiar knot of anxiety. Third, norepinephrine. This cranks up your alertness but also makes you feel jittery, restless, like you need to escape. When these chemicals flood your system, something catastrophic happens to your thinking. Your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, the part responsible for logical thinking, decision making, and creativity, essentially goes offline. Blood and resources get redirected away from thinking towards surviving. You literally become less intelligent when you're afraid. This is why you can't think of what to say during a confrontation, but you have the perfect comeback 2 hours later. This system worked perfectly when our ancestors faced saber-toothed tigers. How about today? That same ancient alarm system treats a job interview like a life or death situation. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real physical threat and an imaginary social threat. Here's the game changer. Once you understand this process, you can interrupt it. You can hijack your own fear response and redirect it towards courage. Here are some techniques for you to beat fear. Technique number 1, write it down. Write down what you're afraid of. Grab a piece of paper. Write down exactly what scares you. Be specific. Don't just write public speaking. Write giving a presentation to my boss and stumbling over my words. Now ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could really happen? Usually, you'll realize it's not as bad as you think it is. As Mark Twain said, I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. End quote. Writing makes the invisible monster visible and much smaller. Technique number 2, the breathing reset. When fear hits, your breathing gets shallow and fast. This makes everything worse. Here's the fix. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts and breathe out for 6 counts. Do this 3 times. That's it. This tells your brain, we are safe. We can slow down. Your fear will start melting away in less than a minute. Remember, you can't be panicked and breathing slowly at the same time. It's physically impossible. Moving on to technique number 3. Take action anyway. Take one small step. Fear says, don't do anything. Here's the secret. You don't have to do everything at once. Fear hates motion. Even the smallest step forward reduces its grip. Just take one tiny step towards what scares you. Afraid of starting a business? Don't quit your job. Just write down one business idea. Scared of dating? Don't ask someone to marry you. Just say hello to someone new. Terrified of public speaking? Don't book Carnegie Hall. Just speak up once in your next meeting. Small steps kill big fears. As Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Take that step today. Technique number 4, reframe the threat. Everyone saw Liston as unbeatable. Clay chose to see him differently, as just another man with weakness, with doubts. He transformed the monster into a puzzle he could solve. Ask yourself, what if this scary thing is actually my greatest opportunity? Fear shrinks when you change the story. Moving on to technique number 5, build your belief system from within. This is crucial. Listen carefully. Clay did not wait for the world to believe in him. When everyone said he'd lose, he said he'd win. When experts called him crazy, he called himself the greatest. He generated his own belief system internally, independent of external validation. Stop seeking permission from the outside world. Your confidence cannot depend on other people's opinions, circumstances, or conditions. Build it from within. This is what it means to depend on yourself to create an internal locus of control. Technique number 6. Use what's the worst that could happen exercise. Walk through the worst case scenario. Often the imagined consequence is not as terrible as it first appears, and you can develop a plan to handle it. Then flip your thinking. Once you've considered the worst outcome, deliberately shift your focus to what's the best that could happen to introduce a more positive perspective. Now for the 3 derailers. Here's what you need to know. There are 3 factors that will try to derail your attempts at beating fear. Watch for them. Derailer number 1, the comfort of staying small. Fear isn't the problem. Comfort is. Your brain loves the familiar, even when the familiar is killing your dreams. Derailer number 2, external validation addiction. If your courage depends on people believing in you first, you'll never move. Cassius Clay's own trainer doubted him. His friends doubted him. The entire world doubted him. The fact is, he believed in himself and moved. When you need the crowd's approval before you move, you give them your power. Derailer number 3, waiting for the fear to go away. This is the killer. You think I'll do it when I'm ready, when I feel confident, when the fear passes. Listen to me, the fear never goes away. Champions feel it too. They just refuse to let it have the final word. You act and bravery follows. Now the personal challenge. As promised, here's your personal challenge. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, identify your sunny listen. What's the one thing you've been avoiding because fear has you in a chokehold? The conversation you need to have, the opportunity you're too scared to pursue, the risk you keep postponing. Name it, write it down, say it out loud. Now here's what you're going to do in the next 24 hours. Take one action that brings you face to face with that fear. One email, one phone call, one uncomfortable conversation. Yes, 1 minute of courage. Don't wait to feel ready. Remember, fear is inevitable. However, surrender is optional. If this video gave you even one spark of courage, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more content that pushes you to become who you're meant to be. And share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Now go. Take your one action. Face your fear. The question isn't whether you're afraid. The question is, what will you do despite the fear? Take the first step. Act now. The choice is yours. Beat fear. I'll see you in the next video.